Hello and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. So we are 3 star maps down and only 1 to go on Korriban, so that's where we're going to head off. Have to leave Manan first. Goodbye, Manan. It was nice seeing you. Yeah, we cannot return to the Ebon Hawk. Okay, well, that's fine. Guess we won't do that then. Oop, locked door. Ah, hello. Stop, human. We have detected a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the Rackard Rift. You have been known to have asked questions about this, and our spy monitors in the Republic Embassy recorded you leaving in a submersible that descended to the Rackard Rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we'll be forced to take you by force. I haven't done anything. That will be for us to decide, human. I decided with their justice system just to say I didn't do it. That seems to be the best defense currently. But if they can do that, the whole system could... Silence. This is not for outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in a most difficult situation. The Rackard Rift is the most precious resource on Manan, and anything that threatens it, or the colto it produces, threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, or our way of life. As much as we may admire your republic and your order in particular, I believe you will have a hard time explaining your role in this incident adequately. We have determined that you are responsible for the detonations that occurred near the Rackard Rift. We demand to know what occurred down there. If the Republic is breaching its neutrality treaty with us, the repercussions shall be grave indeed. What have you done to the rift? Well, I think force persuade is probably not going to work. You know what? We do not hold any loyalty to the Republic, really. I mean, yes, they helped us out, but all in all, our loyalty lies with ourselves, our companions, in that order. So, the explosions were at the research station. Both our governments set up there? Yes. Okay, so we're talking about the Sith and the Republic. I wouldn't describe the Republic as my government, but okay. That's fine. It's the best of the 3. Research station? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. Oh, they meant the Selkath in the Republic. We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The Council will. The Council will hear nothing of this, and you will keep your silence and be ejected from the court. But we cannot. Silence. What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosions? Well, The machinery had woken up a giant Phyrexian shark. A giant Phyrexian. Could it be? Impossible. It's only a legend. But he said he killed it, didn't he? You killed the shark, human? I destroyed the machinery to save it. The progenitor. It must have been. Be quiet. That is merely a myth, and not fit for outsiders to hear. But if it was the Lifebringer, the ancestor of our species, think what that could mean. If it always laired there, then perhaps the Kolto. Enough. Off-worlders are not to hear of such things. But he says he saved it. He destroyed the harvesters to save it. Indeed, this casts your actions in a new light, human. This, I believe, will require more thought, on both your actions and on what we must do in response. This court will adjourn while we deliberate. We have reviewed your actions and the situation, human. We thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant Phyrexian, which, we believe, is the source of our Kolto, or at least its guardian. We will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show our gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. This trial is now over. Oh ho ho! We got out of a trial without any negative effects. Isn't that nice? Now, if you had done the evil side of things, and you had gone and poisoned everything, I believe that you do not get any other options in the trial. You are immediately ejected from a Manaan and cannot return. If you fail this trial, I believe that you are also ejected from Manaan and cannot return and do any of the quests that require you to be in Manaan, which is, as you may remember, quite a lot. And other quests, if you're trying to play a light side one, lead into Manaan, like the Giska that we got rid of. If you want to sell them, which is more of a light side thing, I suppose. I guess the most light side thing is just to keep them. But if you sell them to the zoo, then you have to come to Manaan. There's all sorts of Manaan. You want to do Jolie's quest, you have to come to Manaan. If you want to activate the other companion quest, it's got to be Manaan. So there's a whole bunch here that needs to be done. Anyway, we can now return to the Ebon Hawk. And we've just finished a world, so you know what that means. Well, it means two things. One, we get to go to a new world, and two, we get to talk to everyone. So, hey Mission, do you have anything new?
Hey there, what can I do for you?
You look very stylish in your new outfit. I want to talk about your brother.
I've made my peace with, so...
Yep, that's the same.
Okay.
So she's done. She's done forever. She has no new content. I think we already knew that. Canderous, you got over your buddy's death?
Yeah, what do you want?
What are your thoughts now?
This thing with Joggy, I don't know. Give me some time and I'll be able to sort this out on my own. Is there something else you wanted?
Nope. That's fine. Can't do anything with you, HK, but it's nice to have you around. Did we get more lightsaber crystals? I kind of get the feeling we did. We got these ones. Blaster Bolt Deflection crystals. And then Droid crystals. Yeah, don't need to worry about it. Don't really need blaster group deflections. Right. Nobody's over that side. Jolie, hello.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Yeah, you mentioned something about your adventuring days?
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an adventurer?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
But you've already said so much. I'm curious.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man, that's what the sign says, damn it. And besides, You don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history, probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
I'm not a kid.
So you're not. Fine. Have it your way. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
You were a smuggler?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Where did you get the credits for all the supplies?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
So you stole it?
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
Uh-huh. Well, what happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
The day you what?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. When you're digging through the trash, you shouldn't be surprised when you encounter something unpleasant. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Well, that is okay with me, but if you want to talk some more...
Got something on your mind, do you?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Okay. T3, nothing. Zalbar, absolutely nothing. Is you Hani?
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Just wonder if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
What happened after your father died?
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her.
How so?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
Oh, your mother... Oh, wait, no, different species. I was going to say, she wasn't the one that we killed. Also, timeline doesn't quite add up. So, surely there was a doctor.
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace.
You were enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What did you do?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
Juhani.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Okay. Now, I have a theory. I think that was what we were waiting for. I think that's her final story. So, we're just gonna go out, just me and Juhani, for a little trip, okay? A little trip down memory lane. I don't see so. Aha! He spawned.
What the hell is your kind doing here? Bad enough I have to deal with all these other idiots, but now there's a stinking Cathar on this world too?
I have as much right to be here as you do, sir.
A big mouth like that can get you killed. Yeah, let's turn her.
Ooh, big man. The Jedi shooting his mouth off from behind a lightsaber, or whatever you're carrying, hiding behind your pet Cathar, and a woman at that. We should have exterminated all you Cathar when we had the chance.
What? What do you know about my world?
I know enough that... Hey, wait a minute. You look familiar somehow.
What? You?
You two know each other?
This doesn't concern you, Jedi trash.
Excuse me?
Now,
Now it
where
does.
could I have... No, he's dead, and she likely is too.
What are you talking about?
Maybe I was wrong. Still, I think a specimen like you would be a nice addition to my collection. So, what would it take, Jedi, for you to sell your pet here to me?
What are you offering?
I knew we could work something out.
I am not for sale.
Now, don't be so selfish. We both know Cathar aren't real people anyway. The females make amusing pets, but the males should be put down like the animals they are. I remember one time on Taris.
What? What did you say?
You were on Taris?
What did you do on Taris, you scum?
Put one of you down like the animals you are. So easy. Then I saw one of the females on the auction block. But those darn Jedi.
It was you.
What? Me? Oh, now I recognize where I've seen that face before. You were the little Cathar I was going to purchase. But those Jedi came and stole my pet away from me.
You bought Juhani?
When I was fighting with the Mandalorians against the Cathar, I developed an appreciation for these creatures. They make excellent servants if properly trained. You Jedi act all prim and proper, but inside you must feel the same way I do about the lesser, non-human species. The Sith at least let their feelings show on the outside.
You. My homeworld.
Come now. Will you let your pet go? I'm sure we can come up with a price we both think is fair.
You know what? I don't think we're gonna sell her because, well, I think that's just a very bad idea and a good way to get a lightsaber through the back. She is not for sale. It was a joke the first time.
And I will see you dead for what you have done to my people.
Hold on a second. Don't be hasty.
Let's get him.
Yes, we will. No. I must not fall prey to the dark side again. My lust for vengeance must be curbed.
Yes. Say no to the dark side, but I will have you yet. Ha!
Juhani, I'm very disappointed in you. Very, very disappointed in you. Threat from Zor. Lusts for her bloods. Alright, that was good. I don't remember that one at all. God, they spoke when you left. I don't remember that one at all, but that is fantastic. Right. Two more to speak to. Bastila and Karth. Karth?
What do you need?
You want to talk?
Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustil. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind.
Okay. Bastila?
How can I help?
No, never
Then I
mind.
suggest we move on.
You know what, Bastila? Let's move on. Now, we have to go to Yavin between each world, so let's go to Yavin. And then we'll head off to one of my favorite worlds, Korriban. I almost blinked on Tatooine, but it's Korriban. To Yavin. Away.
What happened? What's going on?
Sith interdictor ship. They must have been waiting for us on the hyperspace route. We're caught in their tractor beam.
Do you recognize the ship?
It's the Leviathan. Saul Kareth's vessel. My old mentor. Admiral Kareth taught me everything I know about being a soldier. He was a legend in the Republic fleet, and a hero to me until he betrayed us. When the Sith attacked my homeworld, the Leviathan, which is Saul Kareth's flagship, was at the head of the fleet. My family was destroyed that day, and my wife died in the Sith bombardment.
There's the chance to avenge the death of your family.
That is not the way of the Jedi. Vengeance, anger, emotion. These things lead to the dark side.
I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I won't throw our lives away in some mad quest for vengeance, but if I get a chance to kill Saul during our escape, nobody better get in my way.
Talk of an escape is somewhat premature, don't you think? We don't even have a plan to get out of this mess yet.
And I'll admit, it won't be easy. Saul's no fool, and he won't underestimate us either. You can count on plenty of guards watching every move we make.
Maybe Admiral Kareth doesn't know how many of us there are on board. We all have special talents. Talents we could exploit so that one of us could stage a rescue. We just have to figure out who has the best chance to avoid capture so they can come and rescue us later. It's a long shot, but it's our only hope.
Well, I could try. Let's see what else we got. You know what? Admiral Kareth is going to be watching the three of us very closely. One of the others is going to have to save us.
Well, if we're gonna pick someone to save our skins, we better do it quick. In another minute, we're gonna have Sith troops marching up our loading ramp.
Okay. Who are we going to send out? Exploit your healing ability? I don't know. Camouflage abilities? HK could come and save us. Sounds like a job for a Wookiee. Yeah, what's the Wookiee gonna do? I get the others. So mission, she's kind of sneaky, streetwise. T3's resourceful and very good. Jolie, I kind of get it. He said how he did things with smuggling. Canderous, yeah, he's got healing. Johanny's got invisibility. HK can act like a droid, but a Wookiee? Like, he just gonna just attack them all and fight his way through? I think we're taking HK-47, because I think it's gonna be very amusing.
Statement. My construction includes a reserve memory chip and backup power supply that automatically kicks in if I have been shut down too long. Deactivate my main circuits and wipe my memory chip. The Sith will take me to the junk heap, and I can come rescue the rest of you after I reactivate.
So, what does Sith disassemble you before your reserve power supply kicks in?
Answer: that is possible. My reserve power supply is a prototype yet to be tested, yet I can attempt this task, if you wish.
Yes, do it.
Hold on, they're dragging us into the docking bridge.
Bastila, Karth, and the crew have been taken prisoner as you ordered, Commander.
Excellent. Have you searched the ship thoroughly? Admiral Karth warned me to be on alert for any kind of treachery.
We found a disabled hunter-killer droid in the back of the ship.
Excellent. We can reprogram this droid to fight in our own army, wipe its memory chip, and take it to the salvage shop. The technicians will deal with it later.
Karth, it has been far too long since we last spoke. I see the recent months have not been kind in your case. I barely recognized you.
But I recognize you, Saul. I see your face every night, even as I promise myself I will kill you for what you did to my homeworld.
Did you learn nothing in your time under me? As a soldier, you should understand that casualties were unavoidable. This was an act of war.
It was a cowardly act of betrayal. Your fleet bombed a civilian target into oblivion without warning or provocation, and the blood of those innocent people is on your hands.
In war, even the innocent must die. The Sith would not accept me until I proved I had truly turned my back on the Republic by bombing the planet.
My wife died in that attack, Saul. And for that, I swear I'll kill you.
You used to be a man of action, not of empty words. Cling to your lust for revenge if you must, but spare me your tired threats. I've heard them all before. You're an insignificant part of these events anyway. Lord Malak is far more interested in your Jedi companions. He has great plans for them.
We will never serve Malak or the dark side. The Sith will be destroyed, Admiral Karth, as will you if you don't turn away from this path.
Your words are brave, Bastila, but the lure of the dark side is hard to resist. Or so I've been told. I wonder if your companion is as devoted to the light as you are.
Well, for the right offer, I could probably be convinced to join the Sith. I don't know if we're going to say that, but it's true. I mean, we're not quite I'll never betray the Jedi level, but you know what? We are imprisoned by them. You're wasting your time, Saul. I'll never betray the Jedi.
You're defiant. I'm certain Malak will find your loyalty to the Jedi amusing. The Dark Lord would probably reward me if I just killed you once and for all, but he may want to question you given the trouble you've caused him, and the history between you.
History? What are you talking about?
You mean... Oh, this can't be true, can it? You really don't know what's going on here, do you? Well, I won't be the one to deprive Malak of the pleasure of telling you himself. The Dark Lord will no doubt torture you for information and for his own twisted pleasure. Eventually, you will tell him everything. The Sith can be very persuasive. However, Lord Malak is in another sector. It may be some time before he arrives, so I suppose I will have to fill in for him until then. Activate the torture fields. Enough. I don't want them to pass out before I question them. Malak will appreciate any information I can give him when he arrives.
Don't waste your breath, Saul. We won't answer any of your questions.
I'm sure you won't. However, we both know your friend's loyalties have proven in the past to be somewhat flexible.
What are you talking about?
I am interrogating you, not the other way around. You will answer questions, not ask them. It is time to put your loyalty to the test. I doubt torturing you will gain me your true cooperation. Your will is too strong to be broken that way. However, even the strongest of heroes has trouble watching those they care about suffering. The interrogation will begin now. Each time you refuse to answer or give me a false answer, Bastila will suffer.
Yeah, go ahead, torture her. I don't really like her anyway.
You expect me to fall for such a transparent ploy? You travel halfway across the galaxy with someone and you expect me to believe you feel nothing for each other? I tire of these games. Now I want answers. On what planet is the Jedi Academy at which you were trained?
It's on Alderaan. Well, here's the thing. they're on Dantooine.
No, don't say any more.
An excellent beginning. I'm glad you're being reasonable. This first question was a test. Obviously, Malak knew the Academy was on Dantooine, and it has since been destroyed by our fleet. Dantooine is an empty graveyard now. Nothing is there but a smoking ruin and the charred remains of your former masters.
I never liked them anyway. Yeah, I never liked them anyway.
A brave front, but your feigned indifference does not fool me. Your masters are eradicated, along with any hope of someone rescuing you. Now, tell me your mission. How were the Jedi planning on using you to stop Lord Malak and our Sith Armada?
Well, here's the thing. We've been sent to assassinate Lord Malak.
Do you take me for a fool? The Jedi are not assassins. They would never devise such a plan. Perhaps you need a reminder of the consequences of refusing to cooperate.
No. No! The pain! The pain!
Listen. Can you not hear her suffering? You can spare her further pain by simply answering my questions. Now I will ask again, on what mission did the Jedi Council send you?
Well, you're a sick and evil man, Saul Kareth.
Perhaps another lesson is in order.
No! No! I beg you, no! Mercy! No!
I am surprised she did not pass out sooner. Rarely have I seen someone withstand such punishment and remain conscious. I see I am wasting my time here. When Malak arrives, you will learn my interrogation techniques are considered merciful among the Sith. I will leave you here in your cell with a small taste of the horrors you will suffer when Lord Malak arrives.
Oh, Bastila looks out of it. That's not good.
Don't try to move too quickly. You might not be fully recovered yet. Admiral Kareth had his guards continue to torture you even after you passed out.
They tortured all of us, though you got the worst of it by far. Saul wanted them to make us suffer. He's become some sort of sadistic monster.
The dark side has perverted him, Karth. Once you start down the tainted path, it leads you ever further into the depths of evil. I fear he is forever lost.
Well, blah, 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 blah. Don't you ever get sick of being so preachy?
This is not a matter to joke about. If there is one thing we can learn from Saul, it's how the power of the dark side can corrupt even the bravest of heroes. I'm sorry, forgive me. Snapping at you like that won't help our situation. I suppose I'm taking the news of Dantooine's destruction quite hard. First Taras, now the Academy. Is there no end to the killing?
Well, maybe Admiral Kareth was lying.
I'd like to believe that Saul was lying to us. But even as he said the words, I knew they were true. The Academy is gone. We should have felt a disturbance in the Force when the attack came. The fact that we did not is a bad sign. I fear the dark side is growing stronger, casting shadows our vision cannot pierce. I can only hope that some of the Jedi escaped. Rook, Vendar, Zar. I cannot imagine all of them being gone. In any case, we've lost our one place of refuge in the galaxy.
None of this will matter if we don't get out of this prison before Saul gets back.
I'm not afraid of him.
Saul mentioned that Lord Malak was on his way. I think the Admiral left to prepare for his arrival and to report the results of our interrogation.
It is fortunate you were able to resist the Admiral's questioning. The fate of the galaxy could be changed by revealing the slightest piece of vital information. I have to confess something. There was a moment, just a moment, when part of me was hoping you would tell him what he wanted to know, just to make the horrible pain stop.
The only reason I stayed silent was to watch you suffer. You know what? I don't think we can quite say that here. I'll say Saul would have tortured us no matter what I told him.
I've known Admiral Kareth a long time, and I think you're right. The interrogation was a sham. Saul was toying with us. He didn't care what we told him. I think it was just an excuse to torture us before Malak arrived.
Did you feel that? A disturbance in the Force. The Admiral has sent his message. The Dark Lord knows we're here now. Malak is coming.
Well, then we better hope HK-47 busts us out of here before he arrives.